Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm showing you how to make something that's really nostalgic for many of us. It's a comfort food. It's your old-fashioned traditional rice pudding, and it comes together with just a few ingredients in no time. And I love that the whole family enjoys it. The kids go crazy over it. You could serve it for breakfast, you could serve it for a snack, dessert. I feel like it's one of those dishes that you can have at any point during the day. This recipe that I have is super creamy. It doesn't harden in the fridge, and you're not using any cornstarch. You're just using the starch from the arborio rice. The arborio rice is a shorter grain, and it's the rice you would use in a risotto. So that's what gives it that creaminess without needing to add other things. The ingredients you're gonna need for this recipe are milk, some cream. You can use heavy cream. I today have half and half, so it's a 10% fat content, some vanilla extract, some sugar, an egg, and of course your rice. So I'll show you guys how to make it, and you'll see that once you start making it, you won't stop because it will be such a hit with your family. Wet a medium to large saucepan with some water. This will coat the bottom of the pan and help prevent the milk from burning. To that same saucepan, add 4 cups of milk and turn the heat up to a medium heat. Add 3/4 of a cup of sugar and 3/4 of a cup of arborio rice. Give everything a good stir just to make sure there's no clumps at the bottom. At this point, we just want to start heating up the milk, and we want to slowly bring it to a boil. You'll see that the milk starts to froth up a little bit as it starts to heat up. In the meantime, take a small bowl and crack 1 egg. Add a tablespoon of vanilla extract, half a cup of cream. You can use heavy cream or half and half. Give everything a nice whisk until everything is nicely incorporated. In the meantime, keep checking on your milk and stirring occasionally just to make sure nothing is burning at the bottom and everything is heating up nicely. And as soon as your milk starts to boil, you want to reduce the heat to low. If you don't, the milk can easily overflow, which unfortunately has happened to me and is such a pain to clean up. Reduce the heat to low and continue stirring occasionally for about 20 to 25 minutes. You might see a skin form on the top of the milk as it's simmering, but it's totally normal, and you can just mix it in and it will dissolve without any problem. The rice should be soft at this point, at the end of the 20 to 25 minutes, but the rice pudding will still be quite liquidy. Give the egg and cream mixture a quick mix once again, and then start to temper it. This is when you slowly heat up the eggs to prevent them from cooking or from you having scrambled eggs in your rice pudding. So just add 2 to 3 tablespoons of the hot milk to the egg mixture at a time, and then mix the eggs with the milk a little bit at a time, and do this 1 to 2 more times. You know you're pretty safe when there's no longer any egg clearly visible in the cream mixture. Put the egg mixture back into the pot and simmer for another 3 to 4 minutes. This will thicken up the rice pudding ever so slightly, but it will still be quite soupy. The rice pudding will continue to thicken as it cools. So if you've ever had rice pudding that just becomes really hard in the fridge, it's because it wasn't liquid enough to begin with before being cooled. So to prevent that, we want to make sure we don't overcook the rice pudding. Something that's completely optional as well is to add a dollop of butter at this point as well and mix it in. It will just add an extra layer of creaminess to your rice pudding. I like to leave the rice mixture in the pot to cool for about 10 minutes. This makes it easier to pour into your separate bowls or cups because the rice pudding will continue to thicken, as I mentioned earlier, and so it'll make it easier to pour out and handle it. And if a skin forms on top of your rice pudding, don't worry, you can just simply mix it in and it'll dissolve right away. I have these cute little vintage Tupperware bowls that come with lids, and they're the perfect portion size for the kids, and they can easily take them to school. So I'm putting some of the rice pudding in these bowls. I also love to put the rice pudding in shorter drinking glasses. I think it looks so beautiful and elegant, and you can easily offer them to your guests as a little treat. The only thing is it does tend to get a little messy around the edges as you're pouring in the rice pudding, but with a little damp cloth, you can simply clean out the edges and it won't even show. I also like to top my rice pudding with a little Ceylon cinnamon. I think that's a nice combination. Some people like to wait until the rice pudding has completely cooled in the fridge before enjoying it, but I feel like it tastes good whether warm or cold. The rice pudding will keep quite well in the fridge for several days. I really hope you give this easy, creamy, old-fashioned rice pudding a try and let me know your thoughts. As always, feel free to like this video, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. I post a new video every Friday on homemaking inspiration, cleaning motivation, and delicious recipes the whole family will love. I'll see you guys next week.